20 sides to every story. My name is Casey. Tonight we're try that again. Tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We're working our way through the Dark Tower, the upcoming release from the original Adventures Reincarnated series by Goodman Games, and the party has done quite well. They have cleared their way down to the lowest floor of the dugout areas below Mitra's Fist. They have found the entrance to the Dark Tower. They have defeated several of Set's minions lurking about, including a Varkus, Halfrung, and other unmentionable folk. They have negotiated a somewhat reasonable relationship with a ancient red dragon that lairs on that lowest level as well. And now they have returned after a resurrection spell was used up by one of the celestial Lamassu to restore Dahrian, who fell victim to one of the trap rooms while fighting with Halfrung. And the party, as we were breaking, was taking basically 3 days to do a bit of looting, do a bit of research, do a bit of healing up. And among the things that they found was the resources to cast a legend lore spell. And where do you get ivory in a dungeon? Well, you just have your helpful friend turn themselves into a mammoth and pull a few teeth. So Tann is down 2 toofs and cannot do that trick again. But there we go. And what they found is the legend lore was cast about the soul of chaos. The darkest of a set of 3, it grants Set's power unto thee. In contest with Mitra, both shall fail. Against the light of balance, it cannot avail. Where its dark temptations, where its tasty treats, mortal vessels are consumed to fuel its godly feats. And so, that little rhyme stuck with you, and I believe that might give some hints as to what could be done to it and with it. The other thing in which the legend lore was cast, as we did have 2 tusks to work with, was the Ring of Mitra, also known as the Lion's Ring. There are many stories told of the Lion's Ring from when it graced the hand of Mitra through the ages until it was lost. However, many of those stories are not the formal prayer or documentation you might expect of this rather lawful religious order, we'll say. Instead, they're odd tavern ditties, as sung by Sir George, Prince of the High Peaks and Champion of the Faith. So a lot of them are just, little playful limericks, that sort of stuff. Obviously clean and above board, but maybe just a hint of naughtiness in there. So the ring is certainly most associated with good old Sir George. And so those were the things that we learned. They also got a pile of loot from several chests that they recovered. And then I was going to ask the party, what are they doing? I've thrown some of the more obvious NPCs that they might be dealing with up on the screen here. Old Cornelius, the Cleric of Mitra, who had tended the temple for many long years, his mind slowly going as the minions of Set toyed with his memories. Moomin, a representative of a scribe's order who has indicated that there's information that must be carried forward, and he was glad to pass that along to the party. Verdonatini, one of the members of the caravan who was carrying a message as well, and those 3 have been talking together with Hollowmere while the party was out and about and have some stuff that they'd like to talk to them. But I was reminded that the party might be leery of going and meeting back up in Hollowmere's room, as they have lost something, and I'm not sure that news has been broken to Hollowmere yet. So we'll turn it back over to the party. The apartments of Halfrung were well looted. You did see to the burning of any bodies that you could find, and you have had the opportunity to return, restock, and replenish, get your rest. So anybody who was not rested, make sure you take that. And so, party, what are you doing? Are you meeting up with the NPCs? I've laid out some names there for you, or where are we headed from here? Oh, and yes, among the treasures, one was a apple-sized chunk of ruby worth about 1,500 gold, which did serve as the magic jar. So it does currently have the soul of an angry monkey inside of it.
Ah, that's what that's for.
Ah.
That was
Ook,
Halfrung's magic
ook.
jar. Halfrung is now dead, so that magic jar contains the soul of a monkey.
That it does.
Interesting.
And I was just like reading through it. Tagged for Arg, for Tarshigid, Melon, Arg, Oof, and Monkey Soul. Wait, sorry. Monkey Soul?
And as we stun the party with the question, we'll go back into a little bit of introduction mode, let them get their thoughts together because I dumped a lot on them, and mention check in next week for 20 Sides to Every Story's Week of Giving, supporting the Centers for Suicide Awareness. We won't be here next Thursday with Dark Tower. Next Thursday, I'll be doing a Shadowrun campaign to benefit the center. We'll have room for donations, and you can mess with the characters' minds even more than I do. Temptations abound.
What
Oh
should
boy,
we do, guys?
There's so much. I mean, there's still a whole level of 4th floor and 3rd floor that people can get us killed again.
Mm-hmm. Would you like an easy prompt? Okay, so here's an easy prompt. As you come back up and you start laying out all the gold, roughly a dozen helpful little scaled sets of fingers are eager to assist you in laying them out. When you enter in that room that had that statue there where all the treasure was dumped, you can barely recognize the place. All over are very comfortable looking little settees made up of gold and other coins carefully arranged. Just the sort of place where you'd want to lounge. You're welcomed in. You're like, hey, come on. Have it's very nice. We did it really nice for you.
I forget, did we let the kobolds guard this place?
You let the kobolds know that it was here. And you set them to searching the area just south of it. So basically, the hallway directly across where the spider webs were, that's where they were looting. And they came back and like, where do we put the loot? I guess it goes with all the rest of the loot. Where's that? In that slightly hidden doorway right there.
We did that?
I guess we did. I mean,
I think there was some haphazard mention of it, I think.
I mean, they're clever little guys. What can I say?
They've got the snoots for it.
Were we going to tell them about the dragon didn't we make a deal that they were supposed to go down and work for the dragon?
We made no such deal in contract. He said, hey, we know of some kobolds. Maybe we can ask them if they want to, have another employer. That's what I mentioned. I don't believe he said, we're going to give you kobolds.
There was no contract.
I mean, we can ask little guys. Maybe then we can just not have them keep trying to root through our stuff.
Have they just been organizing it? Or is it just like...
It's organized so that it would be very comfortable for you to lay upon.
Man.
It's been converted into furniture.
I want to lay on one of them. I'll lay on the armchair.
Yeah, you go down, you set your stuff down, you're like, this can't possibly... And then as you sit, like, the coins just shift enough, and you're like, oh, it's already got a groove.
It's like a beanbag chair.
Yeah.
There's a butt groove, and I like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the beanbag chair, I'll go sit on the coin bag chair and kind of ruffle in the hooves.
I could see why dragons can just chill in the stuff. It makes you feel important.
Mm-hmm.
It does. I feel like royalty.
Just how the royals live.
And like behind you, like the kobolds are giving each other like thumbs up, like, yeah, we did it.
We made them happy.
What about informing Hollomere?
That sounds like a Andry problem. I ain't doing that.
I'm a little terrified what will happen if he finds out. He really liked that sword.
I actually wasn't planning on telling him that it got destroyed. Just that I traded it for this necklace. Because that's kind of what I did.
True, but remember, and he's just like, so just remember, there's also things called follow-up questions. He's gonna say, "Oh, that's good. What does it do? Who did you give it to? Are they with Mitra? Like,
Are they pure of heart?
You gotta get these follow-up stuff out of the way, man."
Do you think I should just be honest with him?
It's what Mitra would want, I think, maybe.
Alright.
What would Mitra do?
Holamir!
Oh shit, he's actually doing it. Oh, we're dead.
Can't hide.
Oh, we're so dead. I just like do a little shake and just coins.
Like a second or two later, the double doors open and Holamir just sort of like looks out and around. Like, oh, my friends! It's good to see you. You're looking strong. You're looking good. You smell a little burnt, but otherwise.
The Set guys got your sword and they destroyed it.
And he's like halfway towards like going in to pull you in for a hug, and he like hesitates for a moment, and then like the hug shifts from like, you know, a big sort of like slam on the back to just like taking you in and like giving you the slow pat like it's okay. He's like, I'm sorry. It's a loss to me, but more so to you. It had become your partner. Are you okay?
Very well.
Not really.
I don't. He's gonna kill him. I don't believe this man.
Camus, thank you very much for the cheer. Dirty Dwarf, nice to see you out there.
I feel bad for it. Like it didn't do anything wrong. Well, it did. It hit me. It hurt me.
There it is.
There you go.
And he's like, he was like, it's something you just have to get used to. Friends will fall, and it hit you?
Yeah. I was fighting a monkey, and it attacked my mind.
Well, Lawgiver is a stickler for rules, hence his name. It must have been a very good monkey.
It got ate by a dragon.
Yes, he found the monkey very useless.
Well, that sort of supports my theory that it is good. I mean, dragons don't normally eat bad people. They associate with them. Glad to know that none of you would ever associate with a dragon.
No.
Swallow the coin.
I avoid eye contact.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. If there's anything else I can do, I'm saddened by the loss of the weapon, but hopefully whatever the purpose was to which it was put was worthwhile. And he sort of like grabs you by the shoulders, gives you a look in the eyes, and like that little like shake, and you can see like I was with him standing in front of that door for 200 years. I know what it's like to lose someone.
Alright, I do need a new weapon though. This long sword that I got is well, it's not very useful. I'm not asking you for another one, because I'm sure you gave your best one to me.
It is true. I don't have too many other relics just laying about the place, but I'll do everything I can. And in fact, one of the things, getting a little choked up, one of the things I wish to talk to you about is I feel and I've heard that the tower should be open to you. I've let my friends inside know, and Any equipment and arms are yours, but I would caution again. The tower is the last bastion that we have here. Bring only that inside which you can trust.
Oh, so probably not that gem, Tann.
What gem?
Oh yeah, I don't want
You
it.
just-
It scares me.
You all hear in your minds like, don't say that!
But to hear,
My-
it's true. We don't trust the gem.
I'm getting a mind. I'm like, I don't know what to say now.
Oh!
But
Whispers about brownies.
there's a small amount more we can do, and he sort of leads you inside. He stays right by the door, though. He doesn't really go down. There's the gnomes moving about inside. They're wearing the tabards, but they all look very rough. Like they've been ravaged by disease and maybe healed, but it's still obvious that they had a rough time of it. There's pockmarks, boils, scars. There's limps going on. You can hear some of them have like a wet cough sort of situation. But they're moving about and holding themselves as proudly as they can, despite all this. You're presented with your choice of weapons. Great sword, great axe, that sort of stuff. I think you were aiming for something big, and they have a few about. It's aged, but it's well maintained, so a reasonable weapon for you. Polymir says there's a few pieces of information that we've gathered in our efforts against the tower. A tablet we have that can give some insight how to avoid a few of the traps, but our last expedition went poorly. The magics inside decimated our forces, putting them to rout fairly quickly. Those that made it back have suffered, as you can see. But a few years, we'll recover, gather our strength, and try again. I've heard from Moomin and Verdoniti that there is something afoot. Have you spoken with them? Have you gained any of this knowledge yourselves?
Well, the last time we spoke with Moomin, he was more in a delirious state.
Well, he has certainly recovered. He has a rhyme, a riddle, a puzzle, some piece of information that he was trying to convey. I have to say that sort of thinking is not my strong suit. Over the years, I think I've let myself go a bit. Yes.
That explains everything I need to know.
I'm with you. That's why I hang around with Tahir. He's my mind.
A lore master is a good thing to have. I sorely miss ours, and I hope someday to see the tower repopulated with thinkers instead of defenders.
We did meet a priest by the name of Harrington, right? Is that right?
Harrington, yes.
Harrington.
Is he still down there?
Yes, down below, down at the, I guess at the main entrance.
He's
on
such a great
the
man.
bottom floor.
A level of devotion I have not seen in generations. And focused. He speaks to his...
Nice.
Yes,
Mhm.
I was trying to think of a nicer way to put that, but those two
His
things I
flock.
think he can reach.
Yeah, or his congregation. I
His
think he called him
congregation.
with.
That's excellent words there. And I do wish I had the time to join him. Some of the gnomes do occasionally sit in, and he welcomes those all who would come and join. Someday I hope that others might be able to walk up and see him speaking there and take their time at ease. It is a beautiful dream. and one that I do not know that I could maintain in the face of such horror. But he's a strong man.
Perhaps he might know more of the riddle that Movement gave us.
It is possible. He is learned.
What was the riddle again?
Sure.
I reposted it in the group chat if you
Got
need to
it.
look at it.
Oh, thank you.
Listen to Mitra's
do.
decree, concealed in temples 3, sandstone, quartz, and granite. Reunite the shards of Kafit. Each shard leads to the next, following destruction of the obelisks. At the center of the 3, an oasis, concealed Kafit's many faces.
Well, on another note, Andry, you mentioned you need a weapon, and Blitz, I believe you have a dead man to speak to. Perhaps you guys can knock both of those out in one go.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds like an efficient plan to solve both of our missions.
sounds good. And as I think we're making our way to the tomb of the Paladin, which I believe is going to be on level 2. Indeed it is. Let's hop on down to level 2. Let's ask the party for a fateful d6 you would prefer not to see a 1.
I will cast Mage Armor.
What if I want to see one?
I mean, I feel like you still probably wouldn't.
It's a 2.
Blitz gets in there with a 2.
Ooh.
Where did I put the party members? They're hiding from me. They're all over the place. We'll get you all pulled into about the right area there in just a second. That's not what I want. I don't want orcs.
We're orcs.
What sort of crazy copy paste was that? And as I get that sorted out, let's go ahead and find out what you're seeing in that mausoleum-like room. By the way, if you like DMing, get players that go in a sequential order instead of those that are like, hey, we're going to jump levels and go to a different room. The tomb that you are entering, the walls of this 15-foot square room are draped with black curtains. Opposite the door sits a stone pedestal, atop which rests a skeletal form clad in ancient plate armor. The skeleton clutches a great sword in its bony fingers. The great sword is sheathed in a black leather with studded gold rivets. The sides of the pedestal bear engraved pictograms. I believe the party earlier studied those pictograms and saw that they depicted the life of a paladin from ages past, but it was very ambiguous what faith or purpose this paladin followed, though it was very obvious he was considered a paragon of whatever faith that might have been.
Do you want to talk to this guy, Blitz?
I would like to try, yes. Perhaps we can convince him to give that sword to Andry.
Just don't tell him what I did with the last one.
Agreed.
Solid
I
plan.
think this is a wise decision. I've seen others cast this before, and we will be limited to 5 questions.
Oh, it's this thing. No one else say questions. We will, if we are thinking of questions, we do it in our heads. Don't just blurt out anything. That could be very bad.
Sounds good.
Perhaps we can ask one each.
And commas, by the way, thank you very much for the DM reroll. And so, party's going to cast Speak with Dead. Let's see here. Corpse of your choice. Yep. Must still have a mouth and can't be undead.
Uh-oh.
This will give us great insight if he is undead. He's a little lying little bastard.
He's definitely surrounded by undead.
Yeah.
And this is when we then nuke the room.
No, it is not undead.
It's something though.
You could feel the magic struggling with this one. And so the skeletal body shifts a bit. You can hear almost breathing coming from between the skeletal teeth. There's a little bit of a whistle to it.
In your guys' head, maybe we should find out what his purpose was when he was alive.
That's a great question. I was doing something similar, like, what's your story? That also works too.
I'm also telepathically, let's ask, would it be polite to ask his name first?
Maybe lead with a who are you, because maybe he'll give us more then.
Ah, very good. Who are you?
And as you ask, whispering voice comes out from between the teeth. It's got a weird inflection. It doesn't have the parts left to form the sounds, yet it still speaks. I am Rikax, knight of long ago. I served faithfully in the battles against Set, and here I am interred.
You were right to hear.
Well, we know he's not for Set. That's good. Mind message.
Do I believe him? Because I think the spell says they can lie.
They can lie. How about maybe an insight check?
I know we've heard that name before, Rikax. Was that because we saw it on this thing he's laying on or something?
You might have seen reference to it in there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So,
Pretty good.
as you give that one a little bit of thought, he served faithfully in the battles against Set. Didn't happen to mention which side he was on.
Oh.
That's where you add the comma.
Whom did you serve?
Served my lord and he his, until eventually they served their god. And yeah, he's a knight, so he would list the Lord's name, which I don't happen to have, but he does list the Lord's name, but not the gods.
Seems kind of fishy.
Well, his story that's laid on the wall is kind of fishy as well. He's got something to hide, and I don't know why.
Should we ask him about the skeletons?
I don't think so. I think that'd be unwise. We already know why they're here, based on
I think,
context clues.
yeah. I think asking for his story in vivid detail would be good, but I don't know how exactly to word it.
Maybe his dying moments.
That could be one. What was his dying moments? What? Yeah, I can't think of anything else. That would probably be a good one.
Sure. So
Could-
as you... Oop. Any other...
Oh, I was just gonna say that you could also ask him like who slew him or whatever as well. That might give us an insight into.
Sure. So as you ask about who's what was the who you're contesting against in your dying moments, something to that effect. I fell fighting the minions of Set. Their hideous forms. Several fell and did not rise, but eventually I and those around me were overwhelmed.
Well, this leads now that he was definitely against Set in this current escapade before he fell. Perhaps, since he was fighting the minions of Set, maybe who was there.
Phrase that as
Maybe
who was
who was commanding the minions of Set is what I would probably be my words at the time. But I'm just gonna telepathically say that, not out loud, because you never know. This is the last fucking question. Actually, no.
Isn't
Two
that-
more. Never mind.
Yeah, we have two more.
Are we saving the last question to ask for the sword?
So I guess, yeah, technically we have one more.
We have one more question then.
Sure. So the question is going to be about the which of the minions of Set were you fighting? Who was leading them? Okay. And so as you phrase that one up, Nisut the Lich, once priest of Set. Rare that he took the field. Things became unbalanced. I strode against him, slew many, but fell, and yet balance was returned.
My mind message. For when you go to ask about the sword, maybe include the part it's to fight against the minions of Set, and maybe not mention that we're with Mitra, since we still don't necessarily know which god he was, I don't want to say representing, that's not the right word, but fighting under.
Yeah, so something like we two fight against Set and could use your sword to help. Would you be willing to part with it or something like that?
That sounds good.
When I fell, all that I owned and all that I was expired. That which was mine returned to my lord or my family. I have no claim over it, nor right to give it.
I fear we wasted our last question.
Now I wonder about like the undead surrounding him. Is it actually his or his lord's?
And you sort of like look over them. They were behind the curtain, but each one is a skeleton standing at a bit of an attention. There's a skeletal hound sitting next to it. There are a dozen or so, both skeletons and hounds, standing in the room. Certainly could have been the paladin's entourage. They look more reverent and respectful than they do as if they're waiting to pounce upon the paladin.
Okay.
If very still skeletal figures can be said to do those sorts of things. But the hounds are sitting sort of like down, haunches down, not like har, like chill. The skeletons are standing there with like their hand on the hound, but not like, go get him, boy.
It might be wise to hear for you to cast detect magic on the sword to see, number one, is it magical, and number two, is there any magics
Hold on,
upon
let me
it?
think. Let me think back to it and see if we did not do that already.
I believe you may have, and there is definite magics in this room.
Just don't think I identified it. Because
Don't believe there was an identify.
Well, it's not my sword. Andry, you're the one that wants it. Your call.
If you want it, go get it.
Or
Alright.
I could also just fireball the room.
That seems a bit excessive. Let's see if they let me take it first.
I could mage hand it if it's not more than 5 pounds. I think it's 5
It's a
pounds.
great sword.
Is
Is
it
it
a great
10 pounds?
sword or is it a long sword?
It is a great sword.
Oh,
Double checking the weight. I want to say it's 5 pounds. What's mage hand?
I think it's 10 now. I think it used to be 5.
Do
But
you
that's
remember
just
to
off the
hear?
top.
Do you remember to hear what magics were on that sword? Was it enchantment?
my best guess would be enchantment. But you know,
Oh, it is 10 pounds.
this book is just so chock full of information and accounting ledgers. It can be sometimes difficult to figure out what's in it.
So you did get some enchantment, but also some abjuration. There are
It
layers
will-
on this one.
It will do magic things of the normal enchanting variety and some sort of protections. Don't know if it's protecting it, or protecting the blade, or protecting something else. Who knows? It could blow up in your face for all I know.
If it blows up, we can
Ah.
get 60 feet back, because I can move things from 60 feet away.
That's-
Jesus.
Abjurations are wardings, so you
Yeah.
could have. I mean, it's not just like protections. It could be warded against people grabbing it, or
Mm.
Yes, or it could also probably blow up in your face. Observation comes in all shapes and sizes, not just the good kinds. I
Right.
believe in you, Tann. You can do it. Doot 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 doot.
I believe in you too, Tann. I say mentally as I exit the room.
All right. I also
can
exit
do
the
it.
room. I stand at the door. And then with my telekinesis mage hand, I'm gonna try to see what happens as I lift the sword very carefully away from the body. I don't want to disturb the body.
Sure.
Just all lined up.
So you go to lift the sword,
Mhm,
and you know that you're about what your mage hand can lift.
mhm.
It can't move that sword. Like you saw it like
Oh.
shift like a little bit, and you're like, "Arr, arr," It's heavier than 10 pounds.
Oh.
All right. I'll go in there and get it. You guys might want to stand back, though.
Okay.
This could get ugly.
He jumps up along the wall and goes and puts himself between Tahir and just like books it.
Andry, could I get a quick persuasion check from you?
My mind is going either that's a good thing, a very good thing, or that's a bad thing.
Oh, now I wish I went to grab the sword.
Andry, you reach down, you pick up the sword. Could I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please? Players do not have any rerolls at the moment, so that is a bit of a fail.
Is there anything protection from good and evil can do about this? Because I thought you have the belt.
I do, yeah.
Unfortunately, neither good nor evil is involved here. As you lift up that great sword, it is heavy. Like, it's about 24, 25 pounds, and you're like, I don't know that I've ever picked up a sword that is this heavy for the size of it. Nice black leather case, you kind of turn it over, there's a big onyx gem in the hilt there. You start to slide the blade out, and you're like, wow, they really went crazy with the plating on the... Nope, that whole blade, solid gold.
Wow.
Gold, 4 times as heavy as iron. And you're like, ooh.
Wow.
Solid gold blade.
Solid gold blade.
I would imagine a gold blade's pretty soft, though. Like, isn't
I
gold
would-
pretty malleable?
I would agree, but it's also enchanted, so maybe it's like of the silvering or weapons variety. Maybe there's something else we haven't discovered about gold.
That's a fancy butter sword.
So what does it look like to us? Like he's trying to pick it up and he can't?
No, he's got it. Andre's got the strength for it.
Oh, he got it.
He's got it.
Oh, he
he's
picked it up.
holding
Okay.
it up, and he can slide it out there and look at that golden blade. Andry, what are you doing now?
Was there anything else in here that we wanted?
I don't believe so.
I will walk out of the room.
Sure. You turn to walk out of the room. And then you walk out of the room. And then you're out of the room. And you're probably still walking as far as you'd like to go.
Why?
I knew you could do it, buddy.
Congratulations, Andry. That was easy.
Why did we make such a big deal out of that?
You say that, Blitz. It's never just that easy. I didn't mean to do an attack roll. I was trying to check stats.
Tahir's like standing there shaking with the crossbow and fires. Jam on the trigger.
Dang blasted! Fix the handle. And would you like me to look over it for you, sir?
Sure.
Shall we go in this? Right here's fine. We'll probably not get murdered here, right?
Likely.
Pull out the 1,500 gold piece pearl miscellaneous treasures we got. Time to identify.
Sure.
Do.
You settle down, and as the party waits on you, could I get a fateful D6 from the party?
Oh, good.
A 5 and a 1. The 5. As you're sort of settling in, for a moment there, it seems like something might be going wrong, but then just a little bit of dust falls down from the ceiling. A few little rocks tumble to the side, but nothing obvious happens to you. After a little while, you are able to inspect that sword, and it does turn out to be a +1 great sword with a golden blade. It is worth considerable amounts of money, and it will keep its edge despite being gold.
Well, that addresses my concern.
Would I know of anything about gold being used for weaponry? In, like, from more of a Legends standpoint?
How about a
Like, the
history?
silvers are known to take out the werewolves, but what does the gold do?
How about a history check?
It's just so bizarre. Oh,
So, you, with the name Rakox, with the things that you've heard, the Golden Blade represents a paladin who is almost mercenary. He goes where he is needed. He does follow the money. He is willing to work towards any loyalty. But once committed, is committed. There's no buying him out. There's no option of treachery. So it is almost a mercenary, a knight for hire, if you will, but loyal up to the point of the end. There's a little bit more to it that you would recall, perhaps, in that they are a bit choosy when they take their contracts, seeming to favor the underdog in most cases, whomever that might be.
Sounds like us.
Yeah, I guess.
well, I detect no curse or anything upon the blade immediately. It's definitely of the magical variety.
Lightly cursed.
Only slightly cursed.
Slightly cursed. It's definitely
The-
not an uncursed dagger. It's a lightly
Just-
cursed.
Just an okayly cursed dagger. That dagger. They got me going on that thing again. It's what's the word I'm gonna use? Because everything else is taken. I wouldn't say moderately. Lightly cursed. Great sword.
Alright. So I'm not gonna die anytime soon then.
I cannot make any guarantees over the experience of this past week.
Hey, Tann, let me see the sword. I could tell you what it is. Comes a voice from within the bag.
Oh no.
Guys, the crystal wants to see the sword, and that makes me very uncomfortable. We gotta get rid of this thing, man. It's not good.
Sword or the gem?
Gem? Gem. Definitely gem. Though why it's interested in the sword is interesting.
What? I'm in a little bag and it sounds interesting. I've never seen a
No.
golden bladed sword. Let me out.
No.
I just want to take a look.
It's a sword, it's gold, that's all you need to know. And he's just like yelling at the bag.
Are you okay with holding the bag? Do you want someone else to do it?
On these gems, right? We know where there is there's a good one that's up by Umphalos, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's,
The Heart
there's
of Law.
This one,
The Soul
the
of
Heart of
Chaos.
Law, Soul of Chaos. We haven't run across a third one, right?
Not yet. Apparently there's still a considerable amount of space we haven't been to. Maybe it's still either lost to time, somewhere completely different, or down here with the rest of them.
What if the rats have it?
I don't think... You know, if we don't want to use this sword, the rats do have a very nice sword that was stolen from the barkeep, they said.
So long ago, I don't remember. As in a long time ago, that was 4 days ago.
I would say at least 6 when we talked to the barkeep Stone Teeth man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he traded his sword for Something.
Would you like to retrieve it?
We made an agreement with the rats to not, like, go to them.
No, our agreement was we don't kill them, and they stay in their warrens. However, I have a
yeah.
slight feeling that they've already left it. I don't
Is it
trust
because
them.
is it because the gnomes are sick? That's where the plague came from?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not of the medicinal man variety.
Me neither.
I cut Dahrian some slack. He was dead a couple of days ago.
Yes. Yes, I've barely recovered.
Well, Andry, you have a weapon of sorts. If you want to use it, it's up to you.
Why wouldn't I use it? Because it's cursed?
I mean, only lightly cursed greatsword.
Do all curses have to be bad?
No, I once heard of a man who was blessed by a good sword, and he was very evil. The sword wouldn't let him be evil, even though he very much wanted to be.
Are you talking about me? Because I don't want to be evil.
No, it was a different man. He had a very hard time. Perhaps a story for a different.
Okay. Well, I want to try the sword out, so we should find something to kill.
Like as you're
Well-
walking away, like you look over and you just see that giant stone ball go whipping around the corner. Like, I could probably split it.
We also, I think it was it this level where we saw I mean, this was days ago, where we saw the dire wolf, right?
The direwolf would have been just south of where you are now, when you came up from the stairs down there. So that would have been down around this area down here. But that was 4 or 5 days ago now.
Right. Yeah.
The one that was like upstairs from Halfrung's quarters?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So down this way would lead to Halfrung's apartments 1 floor down.
Oh.
And so, where are we going? What are we doing?
There's still lots of the 3rd floor we haven't seen, and lots of the 4th floor.
Well, if I remember correctly, whoever has the maps of Baldar's drawings, and I assume the 3rd floor is not even mapped, if I remember correctly, or 2nd floor was mapped, not the 3rd.
Correct.
There's a staircase over here on the eastern side we have not been down. That leads probably a different part of the compound.
Alright, let's go.
Sure. Now, there is a couple of choices as to how you get there. So I'm going to zoom out to the big map and just let me know in what directions the party might be going to get from there to here.
Where were we going?
I recommended this staircase.
Yeah, I think you want to end up down here.
Because that would probably lead to a place we haven't been to quite yet.
But you're currently right here.
Yes, you're talking about reaching this staircase down? Right. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
what we could do is hide that belt we got, go through Mighty Sam's chamber, do. Oh boy, there's so much map. avoid the pool of murder water
Mm-hmm.
and just end up. Oh boy, come on. There we go. There we go. That
Okay,
is what
so
I'd recommend.
what I'm
I
hearing
wonder
is through Mighty Sam's chamber, down through the little where the little pool of water was, or blood, sorry, was, through the darkened hallway, past the Temple of Set, around the rooms where you encountered the mage and the alchemist and the invisible orcs, through where you defeated the hill giants, past the water weird, which is still hanging out in the water, and then down the stairs. Yeah?
Easy.
I
I mean,
wonder-
unless someone can just drill a hole into the.
I was gonna say, is there a way we could like bust down this wall?
Do you have anything that allows you to bust walls?
No.
Blitz.
Eventually.
Blitz, you haven't upgraded to dynamite mode yet? Alright.
If only there was some way we could teleport. down
If
there.
only we had a master of
If-
teleport.
If only we could have such a master of teleportation.
It's like we just never have what we need. But what I am going to need is 3 d6s. The first d6, to get past Sam without looking all suspicious, a 1, and we're going to have to see what Sam sees.
Oh.
Andry,
Oh no.
I think maybe you're walking, because you're wearing the belt, aren't you, Andry? Okay, I think maybe you're walking. Sam looks over and please give me all. Oh, hey guys, and he waves, and you wave too, and your shirt comes up a little bit high. So as your shirt comes up a little bit high, and you realize that big golden lion symbol's probably going to be showing in just a second, could I get something that you think would hide that from him, since you are the person wearing the belt? What kind of skill might you be using to sneak past this giant whose only purpose in life is to get belts?
Could I do a a performance or persuasion? Because we've picked up belts along the way, and could I be have we already given you this belt? I'm kind of losing track of which belts we got for you, as he's kind of pulling them off
So
his
here's
back and kind
here's
of
a-
showing him.
here's a thing I'm gonna say. While I
Okay.
appreciate the suggestion, since finding the belt of Mitra, I have not heard you guys picking up belts anymore, and I believe you left the belt
Yeah.
ball back with the
Oh
with the
shoot, we did
kobolds
leave the belt ball
as
Okay,
a belt
never
ball
mind.
dragon egg.
That's right.
So I'm not sure you have much to help you in this performance.
That's
Could I see
right.
a performance at disadvantage as you're have you seen this? And you're oh, no belts. Performance at disadvantage as Tann leads us off to try and get through this situation.
Oh no, I forgot we didn't have the belt ball.
Don't have the belt ball.
Don't have the belt ball.
13's okay. So you start trying to show the one belt you're wearing, and he's yeah, we've seen that one. He's pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
But a 13's not going to get us by his intent on hunting for belts. Anybody else have an idea?
Oh my God, Sam! It's been horrible. Dahrian died.
No,
That's a good one to lead with.
Dahrian.
I
Are you
did, and
okay?
But it was horrible.
I am now. I died in a horrible room of magics. I was riddled with bolts of energy, and apparently a bunch of other stuff. But
Well, I'm glad to see you're doing so well. When I died, I returned as a statue. It's had to make a deal with Set himself and find that belt. Speaking of belts, have you found any yourselves? And as he one tracks in there, Tahir, Dahrian, what skill set would you put behind that?
Oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe the things we fought that didn't even have belts. We fought monkeys, we fought hydras, we fought so many foul beasties. It's been horrible.
Yes, I could see Hydras not having many belts. Ties, maybe.
But ooh, if we were to consider bow ties, would that be a belt of the neck, and then he's just going to just like that? He's making a performance of it?
It's the neck belt.
Okay, we'll try another performance. I think your
I have
disadvantage.
persuasion. No, I don't have persuasion. Never mind. I got so many other. I have investigation skills. This is shit.
No, I think performance is fine. The disadvantage that you have offset by Dahrian helping, so you can roll a straight up performance. We are definitely looking for better than a 13, though.
You know, there once was a man by the name of John Bowtie who said that these were definitely the belts of the neck.
John Bowtie giving the belts of the neck. That's actually high enough that I'm going to have to roll some dice. Let's see if he is on the ball today. He is not. Belts of the neck, you say. Perhaps that's where it's hiding. I'll have to start asking, do any of you happen to be wearing belts of the neck? Ties, scarves, ascots, cravats?
I have a headscarf. Does
Dickies.
that count? But that's...
is that a scarf of the head? Or the belt of the head?
That is an excellent philosophical question. You know, I once met a man in Nantucket who said such a thing.
And he'll try and take your scarf and feed it to his hat, and his hat's just like, I'm not eating that, and he hands that back to you.
I do have to wonder now, Tahir, what does your hair look like with it removed?
I wouldn't necessarily call it like a salt and pepper look. Think of most of the stuff that's like showing from his hair is like black hair, but like underneath all of it is just white. There's no color, nothing, pure white.
Like dual tone, like when people like get like the hidden hair dye under their hair.
Yeah, think if I were to dye my hair,
Mm-hmm.
and then my hair just grows out.
Okay.
I believe the natural hair color of a Shadar-kai is just white.
Yeah.
Kind of like Guy Fieri.
And it's white long. Like, he probably hasn't cut this thing in decades.
Whoa. You've got
That's out
some
of
serious
bounds.
mane.
So the party manages to sneak their way, sneak air quotes, their way past Sam, making their way through the room that once held goblins, once held rats feasting on goblins, and now just holds some moldy spots. Entering into the darkened hallway, they make their way down and reach where the Temple of Set is.
Pass our
Off to the
doppelgangers on the stairs.
yeah.
I do have a...
Stair
As for
gang.
passing the temple, I do have a question because I
Yeah.
was rereading the poem that was said.
Mhm.
They mentioned 3 temples. Have we even encountered 3 temples down here? 2 set? We encountered, I know, 2. Has there been a 3rd? that had a Set statue. Well, I
I'm
guess I'll
personally
ask the
not as
question.
good at. I'm not as good at the geography as you guys, but like that, the room where we found the puppy, there was that black pyramid, right? Is
Yep.
that one of the towers
That
we know of already?
that was
That
the
I think-
tip of the
This is Dark Tower.
tip of the Dark
Yeah.
Tower there.
Oh.
So you have found
that was-
2 official temples so far.
Mhm.
I guess
Isn't
I guess the
it made
question
of
is-
onyx though? Not, because doesn't the poem mention like graphite?
that's what
And,
I'm
like-
asking. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe the rooms are different material and we just haven't noticed it.
Sure. So you look over towards there, and as we kind of get to this area, could I get a D6 from the party?
Son of a
Ah.
gun.
What is
So-
happening?
As you sort of walk in and you look over, you can see that the destruction that had been wrought in that temple during your fight with rats and other such things has been repaired. The statue is returning to the way it once was. Are you going inside that temple to check?
Not through that door, we're not.
Not through that door, you're not. And maybe you remember that. Your little
What's the
lizard friend in
ultimate
his
of-
cage gives a happy squeak as he remembers his home.
He's still hanging out.
Still hanging.
Hmm.
Is the altar made of anything in particular that we recall?
Not that would match the poem.
What about the gems that we got from? Does that match the poem? When we destroyed the statue?
No. As you try and match up things that might be related to that poem to this area, you're not finding a clear consistency.
And I think back on it, I believe, because you never know, because we passed by it, might as well check while we're here. The temple is more referring to Set's Dark Tower, because I believe I've wrote that the man who is mentioned in it is a son of Set.
Yes.
I believe that's what I wrote down here. So perhaps it's in his domain. Perhaps maybe Mitra's temple has something, because it mentions Mitra's decree. Maybe the old man knows something about it. There's too many things to think on right now. Let's just get downstairs.
All right. As the party resists the temptation of the temple for the moment, and starts making their way down past where Jackal Wares got exploderated, down into the area where the hill giants were cheated against, and then around to the water weird. Could I get a D6 as you try and make your way safely around the pool of water? Tux, they already looted that temple pretty fiercely. Wait, is that a new D6 there? No, that's not a new D6. Okay.
I'm not doing it.
3 coming in. Skirting the borders, you make your way around, reaching the stairs. We now have a flight of stairs heading down, down, down.
We have multiple Tanns.
I thought I might have picked up an extra
Multiple
Tann.
Tanns.
This is that's from when Tann was messing with the magic a little too much, and had that whole situation. Party members, why are you always not where I can find you? There you are. And we're going to come back over here.
We just like to make your life difficult. We
Nope.
like to be where we're not supposed to be.
Nope.
We like
So-
to go where you're not prepared.
We still haven't solved the murder of Jor, the evil, have we?
Jorn the evil one. Could be anywhere.
I wonder if it was Hafrung at his party.
That sounds fairly reasonable.
And so, descending a flight of stairs into an unknown area you go. As you descend, it goes down, 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 then levels off and curves around southward. Have I
Keep
got
an eye out
everybody,
for
or am I
traps.
missing a Bowser? I am missing a Bowser. If you could drag a Bowser onto the screen for yourself there, Blitz, and then the party will be... are you riding Bowser?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
You got it. So just
Bings, we are going into an area that have not gone before, and I assume that it's dark. I will do the Eyes of the Night. So everybody has dark vision 300 feet for the next hour.
Ooh, thank you.
sounds good, and good assumption. It is a bit on the darker side. And so,
The only one that doesn't have it would be Bowser. So.
He's got 60 feet, though, dark vision.
Page loading, page loading.
Oh, you don't need to do it for Blitz. Does that help?
You don't want 300 feet?
He's got it. Yeah. He's
You
same
already
as you.
got it.
For one level, yeah. It's same as Dahrian.
Okay, then I would give it to Bowser.
You got it. Down the stairs you go, eyes lighting up as you're able to see a hallway bending around to the south. At the end of that south-turned hallway, you can see a set of double doors.
I listen at them.
Keep an eye out for traps, hidden secrets, and the such.
Sure. What skill set might that have been that you're deploying there? And hey, Sir Gareth, nice to see you out there.
Investigation.
I'm gonna look for tracks.
Sure. Survival for tracks, perception for traps, and investigation for other such things.
You can do the investigating.
You got it.
I will
Uh,
do.
If we
I will
like.
do perception.
Could I do stealth to help people be quiet? That sounded much more rude than I intended it to be.
That was not something that you were supposed to see, because he's not really there. You're
I
dead,
haven't
buddy.
seen the rolls yet, but I'm going to go guidance on the third roll. Whoever rolls third gets +4. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Alright.
Oh, that's the one that needed it. Yeah.
No tracks seen down here, at least none in the recent 2 to 3 days. No traps noted, and the doors seem clean of any troublesome aspects. You can, however, hear there are things inside. No real good identification of what those things might be, but things.
Thanks.
I'm gonna pull out the sword. I'm gonna look at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I will melt you down if you hurt me.
Can I get an intimidation check from you?
Oh, snaps. It hurt you.
Well, you're not very intimidating, but you're lucky. It's already yellow. And so, sorry, just had to. Those double doors await. I did have to.
No.
Yep.
I guess who's gonna be the brave one to go first? And Andre's going.
I will stealthily move to the door.
You stealthily move to the door.
I'm not
Door's very
saying
impressed with your
it's
stealth.
Can I peek in the door?
You'd have to open it at least a little.
Okay, I will open it a little.
You open it a little. So, you remember how you were asking me how many temples of Set you'd seen?
Are you serious?
Beyond the doors of is a small chapel. The north wall is covered with a black drapery. The south wall is a semicircular, forming a niche about 20 feet wide. Standing in the niche between two unlit copper braziers is an 8-foot-tall basalt statue of the god Set. The statue depicts Set as a muscled humanoid with a jackal's head and glassy eyes.
These things are like Starbucks.
On every corner.
Everywhere.
Does this mean there's probably one on the 4th floor then?
Oh, probably.
Because there's been one every floor so far.
Every statue we've encountered is sentient and aggressive.
Yes.
And we have to
Very
kill
much
it.
so. Well,
Fine.
we did say we heard some stuffs. We hear more stuffs now, Andry.
Ooh, how about a perception check? You do not hear the stuffs anymore. The stuffs have gone quiet.
They're hiding.
They know we're here.
I pull out my amulet. I say the word.
Woozy wham wham wuzzle.
I was going to say looking. And I will look in the room.
The words of Mitra, whiz wham was wuzzle.
His man was looking.
Sure. The room that
Fuzzy
you can
insult.
see,
was a bear.
that gives you true sight, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Badass jewel.
it sure does.
Let's see here. See things as they actually are. Notice the secret doors hidden by magic. You can see into the ethereal and all out to a range of 120 feet. And so,
Nice.
you can see that this statue is indeed a magical creation. It's got a wavery bit about it. But that's all you see in the room. Nothing hidden. Obviously, the curtains to the north could be moved. That's not so much hidden as they are just blocking your sightline at the moment.
Should we deal with this statue first?
Well, it doesn't attack unless, I believe, provoked. So let's leave it be for now. Make sure there's nothing else behind the curtains. Tann, you have the magic hand.
Yes, I do.
Perhaps you can move it just aside a bit to have Andry peek.
Sneaker, 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 sneaker. Sneaker, 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 because I think I have to see. Sneaker, sneaker. And then, like, just the curtain just, like, whoop, just, like, inches a little to the side.
Sure. You start to shift the curtain around. It takes a few movements here and there, but then you can reveal that there is a further room beyond. Pulling back the black curtains reveals an empty chamber, 40 feet east to west and around 20 feet north to south. The ceiling looks to be about 20 feet overhead. The walls, floors, and ceiling are all smooth, finished stone.
What kind of smooth finished stone?
Basalt smooth as finished stone?
Oh, basalt. That's not in the poem. Do you see anything, Andry?
No. But I'm gonna go in.
Before I eat them all.
Well, I believe if that's the case, let's all start moving up a little bit more.
Andry, as you go past, you don't really see anything, but Tann, you see that like a sneer comes across the face of the statue as if affronted, insulted, disrespected. It glares at Andry's back, and two bolts of magical energy strike out. Andry hitting you in the back.
Watch out! Oh, sorry, I was a little late on that.
We'll get there, adventure. Andry hitting you in the back, a pair of magic missiles. We'll use the magic missiles that killed Dahrian last time.
I'll cast shield.
Do you?
You have
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
What? 3 and 4 points of damage smack into your back.
Alright. Well, if you want to dance, we can dance.
He looks insulted.
Are you heading back to the statue?
I guess so.
Okay. So we're going to hit this button right here. We're going to ask everyone to go ahead and click themselves into the turn order. I'm going to drag myself an icon down here. We'll use you for the moment. And so Tahir, as Andry gets struck and spins about, the statue seems still quite angry. You are the first to react. What are you doing with your wizard speed?
Wizard stuff! I'm gonna throw firebolts. Actually, no. I will shoot my crossbow first.
Ooh,
Just
the most wizardly
old-
form of combat.
It's a very heavy crossbow. I looked up the weight. It's 18 pounds, and I have wizard muscles. Oh!
And it shows!
Wizard shit! Firebolt. I'll just do the wizard stuff.
That will also not hit.
Wizard.
He's the wizard, and
Yeah.
he comes for you.
Magic missile.
Do you hear anything else for you?
No.
Blitz, how about it?
I think it's
Crap,
on
I'm
Andry.
next. Oh yeah, it's on. I only got an 11.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a bad Blitz on there. Andry, you're in there. I got a bunch of extra people. They're from a different level. Get rid of you.
You okay?
Andry, what you doing over there?
I'll move up to him
Uh-huh.
and I will slash at him with my new sword.
Ooh. Uh, 29 will certainly hit. 9 points of damage there. Well struck.
I will hit him again.
17 will hit. Total of 20 points of damage there. Well struck indeed. Anything
And
else
I
for you,
will
Andry?
activate my hill giant rune.
You got it. That is going to bring us to the beastie. The beastie is going to cast a magic missile at you. Andry, you're going to have 4 bolts of magic missile coming at you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, 14 points of forceful damage coming your way. It is then going to attempt to slam you. $17 to hit, Andry?
Hits.
Does hit. $15 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams down upon you with its meaty basalt fists. Andry, just behind you, you can smell that little bit of damp heat smoke that happens just before oils catch fire. Blitz. You're way down the hallway. What are you doing down there?
Yeah. I have an idea, but tell me if it won't work. I would ride Blitz. Blitz would ride Bowser, that is. 40 feet down, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right?
Mhm.
And then hop off the pup,
Yep, half
which I
movement
think takes half
half
movement, right? And then 5, 10, maybe 15 if necessary, and then pack a wallop. Is that allowed?
Absolutely.
All right, excellent. Max.
Max. It's a mace. It's an max. It's the max. 19 for 26 crazy points of damage. Like a chunk of this thing just came off and crumbled to the floor.
All right, and then the second swing, not as hard, but there we go.
Yeah, 27 for 15 is plenty hard. The basalt statue crumbles out onto the ground in front of you.
Well done.
That was fast. We're getting better.
Bowser did most of it.
Does something smell burny?
I mean, I did throw a firebolt.
Like oily burn.
And as
he-
like
didn't
that
he men-
3 or 4 seconds of conversation passes, the braziers just behind Andry and just behind Blitz go woof,
Oh.
and fire rises up in them.
That can't be good.
Kind of looking at them, they got a sickly kind of greenish flame to them. It's definitely not a clean burning oil that's in there.
Because I possibly... Would you consider a brazier to be a small campfire?
You roast a marshmallow over it, and I will consider it a campfire. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's about the same size.
Because of curiosities, and he'll say, step back, I'm going to try to extinguish it. Shit, I have to be within 10 feet. Hold on a second. I'm within 10 feet now. I will attempt to press that spell. The P spell.
Sure. Okay, go ahead and give me a prestidigitation as an arcane check.
So that, specifically, second part, simply light or snuff out candles, torches, or small campfire.
Sounds reasonable. And while it did sound reasonable, it did not work. Uh-oh.
On my end, and he's gone.
Oh,
There he goes.
There we go.
Oh!
Discord just really wanted to restart all of a sudden. Sorry about that, folks. Let me glance over at the stream here. Stream seems to be keeping up. Okay. That was a new button. I don't think I've hit it before. I'll try not to hit it again.
That's the bad button.
Yeah, whatever that button was, I didn't like. But what I was saying there was your Arcana was quite good, and it should have worked, but it did not. There is magic fueling this fire stronger than your prestidigitation.
Oh.
Well, it's a magic fire, to say the least. Of what type of variety, I'm not sure.
To the north in this room, what is along that wall?
Wall.
That's just a wall.
Just a wall.
Up here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wall. Ooh. Dahrian breaking out of Dispel Magic?
Yes, on
All
that
right.
fire.
Awesome. Dispel Magic. Give me a spell check, if you would, please.
Spell check.
Is that like roll wisdom?
Make an ability
Sure.
check using your spell casting ability.
Okay. Here we go. I think I just click on the wisdom bonus.
Yep, just
more or
just
less.
doing your wisdom. And 11.
That is not going to be
I
good
do
enough.
It is not. What's that?
flash of genius for plus
Oh.
4. Maybe it might help. Hopefully.
You throwing a plus 4 on it?
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work. At a 15, the fires go out. They are no longer burning, but perhaps the problem has already come through. I will need each of the party members to make me a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. If you are immune to poison... Nope, it is not poison. DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Is it charming?
Or
It's
disease.
not charming. It is not a disease either.
What is it?
Oh, I just skidded my teeth. I don't know wizard teeth.
It was just to make you nervous. Nothing happens.
Uh-huh.
Andry, could I get a perception check from you? I lied. It's not just a wall. Hidden behind an illusion. 2 exits to the north. One, a door on the right. Another, a staircase leading up.
Ooh.
They say the door, because we don't ever go back up, do we? We just came down.
How far up do the stairs go? Do they reach the level above, or is it just a partial stair?
It goes up a pretty good ways. You'd have to go up to see if it goes up all the way, but you would say it's a pretty good ways up to the 2nd floor.
If I remember correctly, I don't think we found any other stairs on the 2nd floor that would lead to here.
Wait, brain.
Because there was...
Wrong way around. Wrong way around. Staircase down. Staircase down. Excuse me. Down to the 4th floor. I looked at the arrow. The arrow was pointing up. I said up. It's down.
Is the idea with those arrows like if you were to drop a ball on the stairs, it would roll that way?
That is probably the explanation, but when I look at an arrow that's pointing up, I say up. I'm a dummy. But yeah, sorry. What I meant to say was down.
Well, do we want to go down again, or see what's in the room Andry found?
I want the door.
He wants the door.
Sure.
He wants the door.
Andry, as you head over to the door, you hear, "Go no further, manling. Beyond lies that which would devour your very soul and befoul greater motions than your feeble mind might know."
So it's like the time where I tried to go like, "Hey, mortal," and it didn't work. Or...
Yes.
Does it sound like half-run?
Andry, are you a manling?
It doesn't go ook, and I'm not sure you heard Halfrung say much more than ook at you.
He did steal the sword, so he did say stuff. He's like, "You shouldn't have dropped this, ha!" and then bamped away.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. It is not that voice.
It is not the former visage of what we know as Halfrung.
The wizard monkey formerly known as Halfrung.
Is it the Lich from the mirror?
Could be.
I never heard him talk, nor did I want to.
Yeah. I remember when I was getting ready for the session, I saw the Lich in the room, and I was just like, ugh, no.
And it sounds like a person who's speaking to us now, or does it sound kind of like a recorded message type?
Yeah, like the statues.
It was probably recorded. I mean, they used their big radio voice when they recorded this one with like full booming and intonation. Like hard to pull off just on the spot.
This is the only time we've heard such a thing. And that's just what is concerning me.
It's new.
I can pop down, cast a little detect magic, see what's upon the door or what's in it, but I don't think we're going to find much out here. It would be in the chamber that lies within. Also, they could just be fucking with us in every turn, so there's that as well.
Yes.
I think we should go in.
Can I mage hand the door open? I'm sorry, excuse me.
Are you gonna try?
Sure.
Sure. You hear a voice say, "You were warned." There's a little bit of a click from the left-hand side. And could I have either Andry, Tahir, or Blitz roll a d6? You would like to roll a low number.
Motherfucker!
A 5 is not a low number.
Oh!
Spears launch from the left-hand side. Hundreds of them flying through the air. 5 of them strike each of you, doing 40 points of piercing damage. Bowser included.
I regret my
Wow.
decisions. I don't think I've regretted my
Just straight
decisions so
up
much.
damage, huh? We
Just
got
just a
skewered.
wall of spears just came out at you. And but. There are now spears just littering the room.
Ow. I'm all...
Who was it that took 40 points?
All of
us.
Andry, Blitz, Bowser, and Tahir.
Holy mackerel.
Tann,
He's
Tann
got that
and
room.
Dahrian were not in the way.
Oh, shit.
I would think so. It lasts a minute, so.
Bowser's limping off to the side. He's really jacked up from that.
Oh.
I'll lead him back out of the room. Then he can set about repairing himself.
Maybe we should start looking for traps.
Looking around the room,
That
you
is a
find
good
that it was
idea.
trapped. Could I get an Arcana check from you, please? Whoever is looking for traps.
Oh,
A 22.
wizard!
That door is still trapped.
It's still trapped.
I'm sorry, man.
What the fuck, dude?
I didn't think it would be that.
Can you disarm it?
It's magically trapped.
I'm gonna puff. Do you want me to pop off a few healing words? I don't have any healing. It's the least I could do.
I'm looking to see how best to do some healing here.
Well, we could take a short rest.
Well, that is true.
While Tahir figures out how to open this door without us dying to spears.
Sure. So,
It looked pretty cool, though.
Tahir, as you cautiously looking this door over, you believe the mechanical trap has already been triggered, but there's still something waiting. Some dispelling of magics might do it, but might also trigger it if you don't do well enough.
Well, if you want to try and do it again, I suggest I put up the dome first. The dome will keep us safe. The dome will keep us healthy. It's what we need in this time. Dude, I'm gonna sit down in the middle of this chamber and start casting the circle.
Sure. You sit down, and I think we're going to bring up a Liamon's tiny hut, is what I'm hearing is coming up there.
So tiny.
So tiny. As you're sitting down and you're casting your little tiny hut, you notice as you're all sort of sitting still for a moment that the little pieces of the basalt golem are slowly rolling back towards their spot.
Should we go into the hallway?
I will do it here. So at least it covers this corner.
And is anybody doing anything else I should know about before an attempt at a short rest is made?
I will just do a few cantrips. Sacred Flame on these pieces that are moving, just to blast them again. Maybe stop them from doing that.
Sure, you blast them, you toast them, you do different things. The most you can do is basically get it down to the point of sand, but even that sand is just slowly making its way back over. You can sweep it away and play keep away. It's not rebuilding fast enough to be a threat right now, but it is
Right.
rebuilding.
Okay.
And so, as an attempt at a short rest is made, could I have the party give me 2 d6s? 6 is good. We want high numbers this time.
Oh.
And a 1 is not so good. So, the dome has gone up. You're settled in. Dahrian's, I think, maybe occasionally like reaching outside with a broom to just move away, sweep away the dust from the basalt. And then everything goes a little weird for a second. And even through the dome, you can feel it because the floor just wiggles in a little bit of a strange fashion. If you've ever been in an earthquake yourself, you might know how eerie it is when the world moves. But if you haven't been, just imagine you're on a stalled escalator, you're walking down, and then somebody turns it on, and all of a sudden you're like, whoop-de-doo, and you're moving. Then it goes still again. But a lot of rocks just fell, some dust came down, bounced off the top of the dome. Something big just happened.
It's good that we're safe in here. Unless the whole entire place collapses in on us.
As you say that, you look around. That is a real danger.
Does the ceiling look cracked?
So you kind of look up and you remember that this whole area is just basically dug out from what was a landslide hundreds of years ago. It's not really ceiling, it's more loose dirt tunnel cave shored up. The spot you're in right now in this little temple-y area is kind of built, but right out there, that's all dug out and stacked. Fieldstone and stuff. The work of generations of mining and sculpting, but you're hundreds of feet underground.
More than 500?
Not quite.
Okay.
One of you can make it out. and a little voice in the bag says, "Don't worry, I'll protect you."
I don't want your protection, Crystal.
And so, the party may take the benefits of a short rest, roll themselves some hit dice. Glancing over here, we've ticked over to 10-12, so we're also going to take a quick bio drink and refill break as we come back and we do some hit dice rolling. So thanks everybody out there. Lyra, nice to see you. Chemist, thanks everything. And yes, it is always nice to be able to say it did not hit as well. But Tahir's been gracing me with a great number of critical failures on the shots, so I get to say those sorts of things to him reasonably often. Blitz has been on a streak, though. I want to see Blitz miss a few more times. But we'll come back to that in a little bit. Thanks, everybody, and we'll fade ourselves out here. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. They cannot see us. They can hear me. They can
They're
hear
Renfair
you.
socks. Oh,
They're Renfair socks.
hey chat, you want to see my socks?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to OnlyFans. All socks all the time. So, as we're coming back, the party has taken the benefits of a short rest after experiencing some fairly frightful spearing when they didn't listen to the warning at the door and just kept poking at it. The door is still closed. The magically eyed have noticed that it is still warded, and perhaps a dispel magic would work against it, but it would take a little bit of effort behind that dispel magic, lest they set off the trap once more. And so, party, you've got a staircase descending down into the depths on the left, that door, which definitely doesn't want to be opened on the right, and I got a little bit of a hiccup going on there, but I'll get over it. What are we doing?
Remind everybody, you are safe inside the dome. No fireballs, spears, or other harmful effects can come into you unless they come through the floor like a boulet, but we haven't seen it yet, so we are okay on that department. However, I believe you have to at least step out of the dome to cast your spells or do your magics. Unless you have teleporting abilities.
Ooh. How long does the dome last for again?
8 hours.
Oh,
That's a
all
good one.
right. Forgot about that. We got time. Hmm.
Hypothetically, and or for future reference, would the dome have blocked the spears if we put it in that room?
Yes. As long as they don't come through the floor, because as we all know, the established Leomid did not know floors exist in his time learning and spellcrafting.
Tann, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either.
And
Do you,
Tahir can.
do you know when he's coming up with his updated version? Lehman's Hut 2.0?
Give me 3 more levels.
Oh,
A
okay.
wizard known as Morning Canaan has the solution to this problem.
Oh,
Or another mage known as Gulder, and he has a really nice tower.
By the way, to upset whoever's watching later on, the reason the hut doesn't have a floor is because if you pass through the wall, it detonates. So if you made a flat floor, any variation in the floor surface below would cause your heal to go through it and it would dispel your magic. So it can't have a floor. So there. Meh. And so, party, what are we doing? As we discuss the esoterics of Lehman's tiny hut.
I would recast Telepathic Bond, get that back on all of us, including Bowser now, and Detect Magic.
Sounds good. Bowser's
did I
got his
mage hand the
greasy
door
treat.
again?
Mage hand the door again?
Sure, you can step out, cast your Mage Hand, and go back in. You should be good that way.
Okay. Gonna step out. He's gonna try to yank on the door with mage hand again.
Sure. Let me just scroll back up here a little bit.
Tempt fate with this door.
As you tempt fate with that door, the entire northern wall is blanketed in flame, and even from this distance you can feel the heat radiating towards you. It doesn't scorch you because you are far enough back, but the entire area is enclosed in a wall of flame. Some 10 minutes later, the wall finally dies away, and that voice sounds off once more. Stubborn, aren't we?
Not
Yep,
as
and he gives it another
stubborn
pull.
as us.
Stay in the dome of safety. You will be all okay.
And with the fourth attempt of the pull, Tann, the door finally rattles a little bit, and then you realize it's a push door.
Oh! Nothing went off, and he's gonna poke his head back out after, because he cast it, step back to, and he's like, step back out.
Sure. An empty, finished chamber, 30 feet from east to west, 20 feet from north to south.
Andry, you see anything through your magic eye?
Let me take a look. Do I see anything through my magic eye?
Andry, as you look with your magic eye, you see some things. You're going to have to step out of the bubble to see, because otherwise we just see the bubble. You see that there is a hidden door to the north. You see that there are 2 things looking back at you. They are massive, serpent-like creatures. They are invisible. They are looking towards you. And they are incanting. And we're going to bring up the turn order, because it's going to matter whether or not you can get out of the way of this before it triggers. So could I have everybody please go ahead and roll themselves into initiative?
I'm sorry, Fate, for tempting you so much. I should have listened.
Oh, snaps.
Oh.
serpent-bodied, massive, a humanoid-like face, twisted and a bit evil-looking. They spit out arcane words. As they do, I just need to confirm, I believe Andry and Tann are outside of the bubble right now.
Yes.
Okay. Andry and Tann. As the two Naga finish their incantations, they lay almost on top of one another, looking in a straight line down at you. And first one lightning bolt, and then another, stream forward. Lightning bolt number 1. Lightning bolt number 2. Can I please get DC 14 saving throws from Andry and Tann? You get a 31 point and a 30 point lightning bolt coming at you. These creatures are evil.
So I think you get advantage. Let me double check that.
They are evil monstrosities. So it looks like we have passes on both of those. So please cut that in half to 15 and 15 for a total of 30 points of lightningy damage.
And I have resistance to thunder and lightning damage. So does that cuts it to 15
Cuts it to
overall?
15 again, absolutely.
Okay. Storm Sorcerer!
The two Naga move down to flank the door on either side. One can't quite get its bulk out of the way, and you can sort of see it there. The other one is hidden from view without moving into the room. And then Dahrian. You can see this all happening from inside the bubble, but weren't in any danger. Now what?
Well, these things are kind of badasses. I will go ahead and do Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay. You will have to step
Oh.
out of the bubble if you want it to affect everybody once they're out of the bubble. So you can give it to
Okay,
your
that doesn't affect outside.
no, spell effects cannot pass through the bubble.
Okay.
Yep, spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the dome or be cast through it.
Right.
All right.
So you can either step out to affect the people outside or stay in, or if the bubble's coming down, you could wait for the bubble to come down. Feel free to discuss amongst yourselves.
Yeah. All right. Let's. You know what? Right now, I guess I will hold my action.
Okay. And which action are we holding?
And- I will hold Twilight Sanctuary in case the bubble comes down.
Okay.
We'll just go with that. I mean,
Okay.
that's fine.
If the bubble drops, Twilight Sanctuary. If not, then you can hold on to it. It's not a spell slot, right? So it's not burned.
Yeah, no, it's I'll end up doing my channel divinity at the time when I can hit everybody.
Got it.
That'll basically be the trigger. If I can affect everybody, I'll do it. If not, then I won't.
Gotcha. Blitz. What do we got?
I'm afraid this might be stupid, but I'm gonna go ahead and charge, I guess.
I mean, a little.
Well, from what he might know, the spears aren't going to fly across just from moving across, right? It was interacting with the
yeah,
door
that has been triggered. There are no more spears.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. All right then. I'm gonna try to ride across and yeah. attack the one on the right.
Sure. You run in, you attack the one on the right. Can I see that attack, please? 19 will hit for 23 points of damage.
Again. Oh, not good.
7 will not. Anything else, Blitz?
Yeah. No, that's all.
Tahir, what do we got?
Is the dome coming down? Is what he says.
Anyone can respond in a short phrase if they wish.
I
What was it
cast-
you said?
Is the dome coming down?
Well, you can't do anything without it while you're in it.
No one said yes. No one said no.
I will say yes. Drop it.
5, 10, 15, 20. Dome goes down.
Okay.
This fella, I believe, this one was not maxed, right?
That one
Who's
was
the other
maxed.
Alright, the one that was maxed is going to have to make a wisdom saving throw as I attempt to toll the dead.
19.
Passes.
Passes.
I
We'll be
will
picking up
then,
some temporary hit
with
points.
my second attack, I will shoot a crossbow.
Okie dokie. Noki dokie.
25, 30.
Sounds good. Tann, what do we got?
I am. Andry, you'll be going. I'm assuming you'll be going in there, right?
Hell no! Of course I will be.
What? Okay. Tann is going to hold an action to cast enlarge on Andry for when he passes through the door.
Okay.
And I don't know if he can like position himself here like as that happens or like just move or he could probably scoot. One of them will still see him, but like in this little corner. But that way, just one. So yeah, he'll scoot himself to that corner and then wait for Andry to pass through the door before casting enlarge.
You got it. Andry, what do we got?
Which one did you hit, Blitz?
On the right.
Alright. I will go into the door because I know Tann wants me to.
That's right. Enlarge.
Enlarge.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And
So you'll need to end up kind of over here. Because that's really the only space for you to be big and for Bowser to be big in there.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's so big.
Make Bowser big here.
And I will start swinging at the one on the right as well.
You
Unless
got
we
it.
Get one of these down.
Let's see.
Recklessly.
Oh, recklessly. 25 will recklessly hit. 9 points of damage there.
With a additional 1d4.
With 1d4.
Oh, sorry.
Got it.
1. Second
Got it.
attack. Recklessly.
25 still hits.
Do I get the D4 on all of them?
Yep.
Yep.
Sure do. Being big is nice.
Every
16
single
points
time.
there. Anything else for you, Andry?
Action surge.
Action surge.
2 more hits.
2 more hits. 29 is a hit. 12 plus a d4. 13 there. And you crit it.
Oh.
I need
Double
12 points of
crit.
damage.
Doubly
I think
crit.
you're gonna do it. You're at 26 even before the enlarge kicks in. Spirit Naga falls. As it does, it begins to discorporate. Andry, anything else?
I look at the other one and you're next. Bad move, buddy.
Spirit Naga.
Bonus action, I will do the hill giant thing again.
Okie dokie. And so... Let's see, which one of these did you knock down? That one. It will shift slightly up here. We'll see how the angles play. Yeah. We're gonna go Lightning Bolt, Blitz, Bowser, and Tann.
Dexterity.
Dexterity, Blitz, Bowser, and Tann. DC 14.
Oh, whoops.
That's a fail, that's a fail. Bowser makes it though. So Tann's taking 16 because of the lightning resistance. Bowser's taking 16 because of the saving throw. Blitz is taking 32 though.
Thank you for the temp hit points, Dahrian.
Dahrian,
Absorb elements.
what do we got?
The only one that hasn't gotten temp hit points yet is Blitz, because it is at the end of your turn. You get the temporary hit points kick in.
Got it.
All right. I will move up. What I want to do here. I think. I'll try that.
14 will miss.
Son of a bitch. That's it.
You got it. Blitz. Whoop.
Hold on. I'll roll my Twilight Sanctuary.
Nice.
14 points at the end of everybody's turn.
Good.
Blitz, what do we got?
A couple of regular old swings.
Regular old swings. 18 will hit for 10. 27 will hit for 13.
And a pup.
14 will miss though.
Okay. Yeah, that's that. Oh, and then it was +5. Excuse me. Lightning from the absorb elements on the first attack.
Oh, nice. They don't have anything about lightning. Nope. They take lightning just like everybody else.
What happens when when a toad gets struck by lightning?
Good quote. Tahir.
I will enter the chamber. I'll get about right here. Firebolt.
Firebolt! 16 hits.
See.
11 points of
And-
damage.
Crossbow.
Ooh.
That's it.
Maybe don't get your crossbow bolts from the werebear. You know, go with the lighter version.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Tann. What are we doing?
Tann is gonna kind of step into view and cast Firebolt at the Spirit Naga.
Oh, 26 does it.
Classic Firebolt.
8 points there.
And
Anything
he
else?
dips back again.
A tippy-toe, a tippy-toe. Andry.
I'm still big.
You are still big.
Yes.
So big.
Ooh.
Critty crit crit crit. 26 doesn't do it, but if you roll at least 2 1s, you'll be fine. That will do it. The spirit naga falls. The body again starts to discorporate, fade away.
14 temporary hit points for everybody, don't forget.
Nice. We'll drop out of turn order for the moment. There is an illusory covering to the northern wall, but I believe Andry has pointed out where the door is about.
All right, everybody out of the room.
Everybody out.
You got it. Oh, I'm already out.
2.
I will open the door.
You have
like
been
at least-
warned more than once, beyond
Would you-
lies
I
that
was-
which will seek to hinder the purposes of humanity. Go no further.
Does it look? I will go up next to him and investigate the door. Is there any hidden glyphs, sigils, anything indicating it's magically trapped?
Sure. Could I have an Arcana check from you, please? Yes, it is.
There is another ward on the door, and I assure you, you probably do not want to be hit by it.
Probably right.
Let's step out a little farther. Tann, can you try and jiggle when we're out of the room?
Sure, I could jiggle. This time he waits for everyone to be out, and he's like, you know what? Maybe let me see really quick. Whip. That's plenty of space. Yeah. Let's get out of the.
Where can I go? Right here? Right here seems like
Yeah.
a great spot.
Perfect.
Sure. Tann, you're using a little magic handy action there?
Yeah. Once everyone is where they want to be, he will jiggle.
Sure. You give a little jiggle. You hear, some people never learn, do they? And you're like, what's happening? And then you look down at the floor, and the floor is no longer there, and you start to fall. As does Bowser, Blitz, and Dahrian, who appear to be flanking you on either side. A hole opens up underneath you. It's about 20 feet deep.
Crap.
Bonus
I-
action, Steps of the Night.
You got
I
it?
can fly.
Dahrian
Did I
flies.
prepare Featherfall today?
The others are starting to fall.
I
I
did
think
not
it-
prepare Featherfall today.
The
Wait,
others.
is it Tahir too? I don't think it's Tahir, right?
No, it's not
the
Tahir.
whole-
But Tahir
I'm
could
for
cast
you.
Featherheart for someone else.
I did not prepare
Oh,
Featherfall
doesn't
today.
someone here has a ring of Featherfall? No.
That's the
Yeah,
big
then-
one.
Andry.
That doesn't help you guys, though.
I think oh, is it only self? Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
9 points of damage to Bowser, Blitz, and Tann as Dahrian floats above the hole that has opened up.
I take out my rope of climbing
Mm.
and tell it to knot up
Mm-hmm.
and have it. Is this a brazier or
Yep, that's a brazier.
pillar? All right.
You could put it between the doors, close it so that the knot was on the outside. That would wedge it, and then cast it over
Okay.
there to give them a good climb up. A few
Sure.
seconds pass, and the party's able to climb their way out. As they get out of there and they reel up the rope, it's not many more seconds later when that just disappears, leaving you wondering what would happen if a hole disappeared while you were in it.
Yeah, probably not a good thing.
Oh dear.
Perhaps
He's
stick to
gonna-
the walls this time.
Oh. He's gonna kind of go up to the door and kind of be like, What is the hinder of humanity? And he's gonna see if something calls back.
No response.
I'm sure 4 rounds have passed. Everybody can get 16 temporary hit points.
Nice, nice.
Sweet. I'll take it. Should I do another jiggle jiggle?
Probably.
I'm gonna say this time,
I move over here by 2.
yeah. Everyone move away from me, because I'm the one who's doing it. I don't think the door likes me very much. It's you too.
I hug Dahrian as he is floating.
Yeah, right. Hold on.
Sure. So little jiggle jiggle, and
Yep.
just the room becomes a whiteout of ice and snow and hail slamming down. You would probably be familiar with the ice storm spell. For some time, the ice and snow builds up, causing it to be dangerous terrain inside. And you are quite thankful, I think, that you decided to do this from a distance. After a while, the storm abates, and the door awaits again.
Man, whatever's beyond that door, they really don't want us to see.
You have been warned more than once. Beyond lies that would seek to hinder the purposes of humanity. What is the purpose of humanity?
Well, if they're trying to hinder it, it's probably not a good thing.
Dahrian, you're a human. What would hinder humanity?
Death?
No, they're trying to hinder the purpose of humanity.
What's the purpose of humanity, Dahrian? I'm gonna get real philosophical on you now.
The purpose of humanity?
What is your purpose?
To to live and prosper.
So, is the
So
lich back
trying
there?
to stop that. No, I
Yes.
don't think so. He'd have come out if it was.
Yes.
Also, he's in a box, so there's that.
A mirror in a box.
Yes.
It just makes me curious why there's something warning us that there's a hindrance to humanity across from the Set temple.
No, it's not hindering humanity. It's hindering the purpose of humanity.
Hmm.
The question still stands. It's just interesting because like Set is bad, so wouldn't the thing that's bad just be like chilling here, not be protected by something that's good? And if we're messing with something that's like good, telling us to like not mess with the evil thing, are we the evil ones?
Yeah,
I know it took me this far to okay. It took me this far to question that. But I mean like we're getting closer now, so I figured I'd ask. Should I jiggle?
Well. Yes.
Alright.
Why stop now?
Jiggle
That's
the
right.
door.
And once again, it's a push door, not a pull door,
Oh yeah.
but it does open. All the walls of the room are draped in a drab gray velvet. A 6-inch diameter, scintillating, rainbow-colored gem floats 4 feet off the ground in the center of the room. As the gem slowly rotates, it casts a myriad of colors against those gray wall hangings. The chamber has a slightly antiseptic smell that spills out from the room. A fanfare of trumpets fills the air in the distance.
Oh no.
Does this give off a... where is that damn note I made?
We found a dark gem. This is a gray gem.
Or a very, very neutral gem, some would say.
Mm-hmm.
Some
I
might
find
say such a
myself
thing.
most intrigued by this gem.
It is
I'm
intriguing.
not sure why.
It's a scintillating color.
And smells like a hospital.
Yes.
It smells like Blitz.
I would like this gem.
Wait, let me think. Is this the proper name, he says, of the neutral gem that
You know
I
what?
can't seem to...
I'm going to say Blitz. Yes, it actually does. Even though you can't really smell in any recognizable way, the aura that it gives off, that like feeling that you get, is very clean and very precise, just like when you woke up. So kind of like, some people recognize the sound of their dad's keys or their mom's perfume or whatever it is, and you're like, oh, that's the home smell or the home sound. This is the same thing that you've got. This is like, oh, this is where I was built.
Oh.
Alright. I think it'll start Sully forth.
It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, on floor. It's just like floating there, all pretty and rainbowy.
Reach out and just...
Do I not have notes
Reach
on
up
these
and
gems?
grab it. And as you reach up and
Finding
grab it,
Oh,
would you
no.
be so kind as to give me a intelligence saving throw? Your DC is a 15.
You're an expert in these. You're a genius, Blitz!
Could be a genius,
And,
but a
flash of
14
genius.
is not a 15. A flash of genius will get you over the edge there.
Yeah. Alright, let me check our saving throw.
Blitz, you take 15 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Could I have all of you give me a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw?
This a charm effect.
uh-oh.
It
All
is
of us?
not. All of you.
Oh dear.
Huh?
Blitz and Dahrian. Blitz, as you sort of reach out for it, you just take it and you touch it to your forehead, and it just sinks in and embeds itself into its forehead. Dahrian, you see him basically do the same thing. Just take it and press it into his forehead. Tahir, Andry, Tann, you see something a little bit different. You see a woman, red-haired, beautiful, clad in chainmail, materialize, lean forward and kiss Blitz just on the forehead. She then jumps back and screams, "Death to law, death to chaos, let balance be supreme." And then she disappears along with a fanfare of music and the slight scent of antiseptic. Blitz, you have a gemstone in your forehead.
What the
Blitz, what did you do? Why did you do that?
Where'd the lady go?
Who is that?
I collected the gem. I saw no lady.
I saw no lady. Blitz
Wait,
grabbed that
What?
gem and shoved it into his head.
Is he aware that he did that?
You are aware that you took the gem and just pressed it into your forehead. You couldn't really explain why, although you wanted it, and it seemed like the thing to do at the time.
I saw a ginger lady come up, give you a little smooch on the forehead, and then say, death to chaos and law. Something
You-
about balance and then
you
jump
too?
away. Yeah, you saw it too?
She was hot.
Kinda.
It sounds as if
I
you
have
may be affected by.
I have a theory.
Oh?
Well, we've seen Mitra as more of a celestial entity. Set is more of a demonic. Perhaps this is another such entity, maybe one. And then like he'll point to his own ears of or Tann, the Fey variety.
I want to walk up to Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see the gem still in his forehead?
It's shiny, scintillating, rainbow hued.
I kind of give it a little
I mean,
flick. I say, do you three see this?
yeah, you just
right here?
you flick it. It. I mean, like you flick the gem, you flick Blitz. Blitz, I think your forehead's metal, so it's like a dong dong dink dink dong dong dink dink. It's probably pretty annoying, but
I think it would just a blank stare, just wondering why Dahrian is touching his head.
Does it do anything, Blitz?
It compelled me to insert it, but beyond that,
Didn't you say something similar when you had the brownie gem?
did I?
The Chaos Gem?
Yes,
think
that one, because you were the one to achieve it as well.
I think Tann wanted that one.
The which one?
So, is that right? Somebody told him to pick that one up, didn't they? I think he just did it because somebody said to pick it up, and he just did it. Or is that not right? Maybe not.
All
I
I
know
remember
he-
is you grabbed it,
Okay.
and it did something very similar.
It did seem wise to look after it rather than leaving it in that unprotected room.
And honestly, it's chaos, not evil. That's not the same thing, right?
This one said balance.
Well, and my legend lore would indicate that this stone that is now embedded into our friend's head has the power to destroy the soul of chaos.
and Blitz,
Wait,
you
what?
sort of hear yourself saying, "We do have that power."
Like he says that?
Yep.
Like, oh, all right. Does it sound like him?
I mean, it's your voice box.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
And I would assume then that you have the power to destroy the heart of law too, yes?
Yes.
But we don't want to do that.
Why
I
not?
don't think.
Blitz would.
This could.
Why
This-
why would we leave one and not the why would we destroy one and not the other?
For
Agreed.
balance.
Agreed. Why would you destroy
But
one
what-
and not the other?
Why would you destroy any of them?
Do we not seek to destroy them?
I don't think so.
It could be that those gems are part of the problem in this place.
Yes. Dahrian is wise.
Power of the gems may be fueling the feud between Set and Mitra.
These are all very, very deep thoughts to ponder in such a very dangerous place. Perhaps over a campfire or a nice meal to worry about it when it is of a more balanced time. A bad joke.
I do worry that perhaps the gem in our friend's head may compel him to do things. I guess that's a little bit of something that I'm worried about.
Blitz, what's the alignment that you've got written down for yourself?
It was lawful neutral, but the lawful part was more to reflect like Asimov's laws that that they tried to put into him. So I don't know how much of it is sticks, you know.
And it's, you maybe you don't need to be lawful anymore. You could just be neutral. It's not an immediate thing. But,
It's like taking the safety off.
Oh no.
What was the place you said made you again? Was it like a sky net of some sort?
Close, Strixhaven.
Oh. Wonderful professors there.
and so
Well, that was not what I was expecting. Where do we go from here?
Blitz, I do have a question for you. I mean, will you answer it honestly?
Yes, I've never deceived you, Dahrian.
First thing comes to your mind. I want you to just say it. What is your purpose?
Remember, we can read your mind.
To gather information, to seek out knowledge, to boldly go where no Warforged has gone before.
Okay. All right. Fair answer. I seems you still have control of your thoughts and faculties at this particular moment, so I'm satisfied. I guess I was making sure you were not reprogrammed, I guess, at the moment. So
I suggest we obtain the third gem, and then we'll have the whole set.
Why would we do that?
yeah, right.
Like, are they doing anything for you?
are you thinking about what you might be able to do with this newfound gem?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. As you give a little thought to what might I be able to do, well, first of all, you're going to gain an armor point to your armor class. You can detect good and evil. You already have dark vision, but it gets a little bit further, so you can see even farther. You have the benefits of spell turning. You can cancel light or darkness. You can use a hold monster effect. And you can shoot a withering ray of energy from your fingertips if you so choose. All of these things would be fueled by the power of the gem. However, the gem does require some level of sustenance. In order to fuel these powers, it must consume a lesser gemstone. A nice bit of quartz, some rubies, emeralds, any of those would be fine.
Good.
All in balance.
Eat them?
So do you take a little, like, gemstone? You've got plenty. You got a whole list of them there. Do you like try and eat one of the gemstones?
Sure.
Okay, so you pluck one of the gemstones, you're like, am I gonna eat this right now? And as you sort of bring it up close, you can just watch like the clarity of it fade away, and it just goes from being a gemstone to just kind of a bit of glass. And then fragile, sand, silicate, and away.
Fascinating.
I have a question for you, Blitz. Can you take that off?
Perhaps, but if I did, it may not seek to rejoin me. Perhaps we should not risk it.
You give that a little thought, and even being a Warforged, removing the frontal lobe of your brain is probably going to hurt, and that's sort of where it's pressed into about. So, there's some processing units up there that you wouldn't just want to yank.
You're basically vision.
Yeah, that's what I'm totally picturing.
Oh my god, he is. Oh no.
When Thanos pulled that and just ripped the whole front of his head off.
Right.
This is
Alright.
now vision.
So
is great.
I think as we hit around the 11:15 mark and we've given the players some things to think about, we'll start to wrap up for this evening and pick up 2 weeks from now. Next week we've got our charity game for the Week of Giving. But as we do head back 2 weeks from now, what's the party thinking about doing? It's a little too early for a long rest, I think. But do we know where we're heading so that I can do a little prep, or are we just jumping all over the map again?
We've got stairs just right
Okay.
here. So
And I know how Andry works with stairs, so I'm just going to go ahead and let you know. Peeking down there, you can see a little bit of goo where there used to be some troll and monkey bodies. That leads down to that room where the trolls were trying to come up this way to get out.
gotcha. Okay.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But as you go down there, you do notice something. The troll bodies, the monkey bodies, the others, they're not there anymore. Now, you burned them and you treated them with some holy water, but there were some remains. They're all gone. In its place, reptilian footprints, 3 pairs of them. As if whatever the creature is, it has 6 legs. Big. Oddly spaced. Something still prowling around down there.
Like basilisk?
If it's a basilisk, it's an awfully big basilisk.
Oh no.
I would say a
Tahir?
Bahir.
Here's.
And as the party starts to think about what that is, we'll leave that as the cliffhanger for the evening.
No.
As the party is headed down, they're like, that's an odd set of prints, and start thinking about what it might be. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. And Alex, if you happen to be out there and handy, feel free to throw us a raid to any of the other great folks from the Greyhawk Collective we might see hanging about. If you do decide to join us, come swing by the Discord. That's where we hang out and pick up people from the games. We've got our community campaign going, and next week especially, we have our Week of Giving to benefit the Center for Suicide Awareness. Come on, Casey. End of the night, you can get through it. We'll have some opportunities to do some donating to that cause. Those donations will be affecting the games. We've got rerolls, we've got saving throws, we got all kinds of cool stuff. But away we go, and it looks like we're heading over to Darling Creep Show. Hopefully see you all there. Thanks everybody, and have a great night.